Hey gamers, Black Mammoth here, and I want to reintroduce you to an old friend, at least to the older gamers. To younger kids, this is what we had before the current gen. This right here, PlayStation 2 from Sony. Big fucking thing, previous generation. It was the main console. Everyone had one of these. Everyone that called themselves a gamer had PlayStation 2, and if they didn't, they wanted one because they were on PlayStation 1. Poor bastards. Okay. With the era of the PlayStation 2, Xbox, that's when games started becoming really complex, better graphics, better gameplay, all sorts of different games came out of it as companies explored what they could do with the new hardware and programming. You got all kinds of stuff. First-person shooters really started making it big in this generation. Stuff like Medal of Honor, back before the game that shall not be mentioned in this video, and things like Star Wars Battlefront, interesting games like War of the Monsters, all sorts of odd, fun, crazy titles. Of course, with the good came the bad, because unfortunately Sony was the shovelware system of that generation, just like the Wii is with this one. So, you know, you get some good stuff, you get a load of shit. I mean, it's kind of how it is when you have a popular system. And you have, obviously, no standards, but whatever. Well, I'm sure this, like, a moment of oh shit for you older gamers out there, because you're thinking, whoa, I had one of these. I remember that. Any younger kids fucking probably just know about this from like old commercials before you got your like Wii or your maybe Xbox. You're like, what is this? What, wired controllers? Yeah, guess what? Yeah, fucking wired controllers, motherfuckers. This is retro right here. This is what we had. We didn't have wireless controllers until a tail end of that generation. We had wired controllers. 6 feet of cable, a nice couch close by, 2 slots there for 2 controllers, and yeah, I'll be explaining that in just a minute for you younger fucks that don't know. So, yeah, the 2 slots, so you can get 2 people. They had a multi-tap, they called it, so you could plug it in and have up to 4 people playing games. Yeah, what concept, huh? Co-op. Same couch gameplay. And I'm not talking about your goddamn Facebook friends or a little message on your Facebook page and a like on your shit. No, I'm talking about actual friends you could smack upside the head if they just killed you in a fucking douchey way. Yeah. You should be complaining to your centers about that. Not getting co-op games anymore. Assholes. Alright. Well, let's just open this up right here, and whoa, what's that? Yeah. This right here, kids, is called a memory card. Whoa, this was our whole gaming lives. Video games were the content. Memory cards held the memory. You lose this, and you perform harakiri on the spot, motherfucker, because there it goes. There just goes all your progress. Fucking kids and your internal memory hard drives, lucky. We didn't have that. We had small stuff we could lose. Well, that's why they saw fit to put holders in the game cases. It was awesome. Pop in there for safekeeping, or obviously you need to use it. Bam, there you go. Start at 8 megabytes. 8 megabytes. Think about that. We go 8 gigs, no problem. Hell, we go 500 gigs on computers, no problem. 8 megabytes is nothing these days. Back then, that was a lot of memory. You probably hold a dozen or so games on there. These days, be lucky to hold one game on something like this. You kids remember the last time? You old folks, you remember the last time you played a proper Kingdom Hearts sequel, not some kind of bullshit subtitle thing? Yeah, memories flooding back, aren't they? Yeah? Alright, I gotta say, Sony really forward thinking with their tech. I set this thing back up last week. It actually had stuff in the settings for component cables, which these are not standard. We had red, white, yellow, and that was it back then. Yeah, we had tube TVs, big boxy things that weigh as much as we did back then. Yeah, no, and they actually had the foresight to have component output settings right in the menu. And yeah, they didn't even have proper menu back then. You popped your game in, it started up, and that was it. That menu was something that you never touched, except when you first turn on the system, or if you want to screw with your clock for some reason. I say this one was a unique power button. Come on back here. Right here. Flip this on for the power switch. That was a whole separate thing. And then you come around here and you can see it goes to well, shit. Oh, right. Huh. Well, guess there's not enough power through there. That sucks. Oh, too bad for so much for showing you that. I was gonna say, basically turn it on. This acts as your on-off button right here. Tap it to turn it on, hold it to turn it off. I think it was the first system of that generation to have the disc tray that pops in and out. I mean, it was followed by Xbox, but that was the first to actually do that, which, yeah, I mean, basically at this point, Microsoft don't want to do that anymore, so it's kind of weird. Like, Sony went to the pop-in, pop-out disc itself, same with Nintendo, except for their latest PS3, which is a tray that is a door that you pop the disc in, and they went old school with that again, didn't they? Gotta say. Oh, another thing, they had the foresight. See this little thingy right here? Boom. You could just have this right on its stomach. See this right here? This is a stand. This was to ensure that your precious PS2 didn't fall over and break. So you'd have it like this, just like current games. This was the one that started, really. Or you could set it up right on your stand, and there you go. Supported, steady, won't fall over. Oh, you might notice this big thing back here. Got that 6 brand. See, that's a network adapter, kids. See, we didn't have that standard back then. We bought this shit separate, and we liked it. Yeah, we were appreciative. Not like you little shits. Take everything for granted. And back then, we didn't have proper internet service either. Not like Xbox Live or PSN. It was all just whatever the game developers could get figured out. Oh, yeah, something the cameraman wanted me to point out. This was the first system to use blue LEDs, which at the time were very new, expensive technology. Apparently he thought it was something that needed to be mentioned. I didn't fucking care, but whatever. He's my cameraman, so I'll entertain him with that shit. Yep, he's happy. Alright. Anything else, or was that good? Wired controllers, memory card, unique games, which I must point out. Back then, they knew they were making video games. People knew they were playing video games. These days, that seems to have been lost on a lot of developers, sadly enough. Can't seem to remember the days when they were making actual video games, all realistic this, or ultra-realistic that. They're game systems. Let's have some craziness. That's why Saints Row is so popular, because they got the crazy. I mean, there's obviously people that like more realistic, good for them, but folks need to remember their roots. And that's what I need to finish off with. Old gamers, you played this? Pull it out. Enjoy the old games. We're gamers. We have history. We have decades of history with video games, the precious memories, playing the games with our friends or alone, beating them, the epic moments, Eris dies, or go ahead and he just killed Imperial scum. He killed the Imperial scum as a rebel and Thor's Battlefront. Good memories. Good memories. Getting the headshot on your best friend sitting right next to you right before he smacks you for being a douche. Relive the memories, folks. They're good stuff. They're old, yeah, but these kinds of games have aged very well, especially since people aren't making anything like them anymore. Cherish those memories. Get back into these games. I know you're all about getting with the whole new games, keeping up with everything that's coming out, but take time to play old systems and games and remember the great moments you had with them. I just want to finish this video up by saying, kids, ask your dad about the Konami code. You might learn something.